Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that most people skip, but honestly makes the biggest difference when it comes to having a good year. We all talk about having big goals, dreams, glow ups, and fresh start to the new year, but barely anyone talks about how to close out properly the year you're leaving behind. And if you don't close it, you end up dragging the same habits, the same mindset, and the same unfinished emotions straight into the next year. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to end 2025 and reset for 2026 to actually make it your best year without any pressure, chaos, or burnout. I've noticed so many people say every year feels the same, or I had so much motivation in January and then it disappeared. And look, it's not because they're lazy or undisciplined. It's because they never pause to think about what happened in the past year, the hard parts, and they never actually celebrated on how far they've come. They just jump into the new year, new me mode. I'm going to be so down for real with you. The second it hits January 1st, you are not a different person. You're not going to be a whole different person with a new identity because you still carry those same habits from the last year, the same mindset, and the same unfinished emotions from the past year. You guys always say every year feels the same. Well, every year will feel the same if you carry the same habits and the same emotions from the past because you didn't change your habits. You didn't change your intentions for the new year. You didn't close out the year properly. And so you are just stuck in the past. And so every year will feel the same. And so you can't build a better year on top of the unprocessed ones. When I say this, I mean it, but reflection is not about dwelling on the past. It's about extracting the lessons you've learned so you don't repeat the same cycles. As I've said before, you will keep on repeating the same cycles until you've learned your lesson. Extract those lessons, and that's what reflection is, so you don't have to repeat the same cycle, so you can have a better year. You could have a different year. You apply those lessons you learned in the past year to your new year, so you don't make the same mistake and you don't repeat the same cycle. That's literally what reflection is. And if you don't reflect on the past year, you're not going to know about the hard parts that you went through, so you don't have to go through it again. We go through hard parts in our lives so we can learn from them. That's why, because they're lessons. And if we don't learn our lesson, we will keep on repeating the same cycle over and over and over until we actually learn from it. The first thing most people skip is celebration. And no, I do not mean only big wins like money, grades, or achievements. I mean showing up even when you didn't want to, getting through hard seasons, choosing yourself, and growing emotionally. Even if 2025 wasn't perfect, there were moments where you grew. If you think you didn't make progress in 2025, trust me, you did. It might feel that you're stuck. It might feel that you're going nowhere. But the fact that you acknowledge that, the fact that you want to grow, the fact that you've gone through so many hardships, or God humbled you, or you went through a lot of lessons, that shows you're making progress. And so maybe 2025 was the year where you learned, you went through things, you went through the hard parts. And so maybe 2025, that was what 2025 was like. And maybe 2026 is where you actually apply the lessons you've learned and the knowledge you learned, and to actually, achieve those goals that you've set for yourself. When you acknowledge those types of wins, two things happen. You build confidence and you stop entering the new year feeling behind. You don't start 2026 from zero. You start it from experience. An example could be An example could be, say you've grown a social media to like 1,000 followers. If you were to delete that account and do it all over again, you're starting from experience. You're not starting from zero. And that's exactly how 2026 will be. You've learned your lessons. You've gone through the hard parts. And so when you're starting the new year, you're not starting it from zero. You're starting it from experience. And that's the beautiful thing about starting over. Next comes the part that actually helps you grow the most. Stop asking, why did this year suck? Start asking, what did this year teach me? What patterns kept on showing up? What situations drained me the most? And what helped me grow the most? Challenges aren't failures, they're feedback. When you reflect properly, you stop repeating the same mistakes. And that's how each year gradually gets better. This is one of the most important steps. You cannot carry old habits, outdated versions of yourself, limiting beliefs, and guilt from past mistakes into a new year and expect things to change and get better. You need to realize that resetting isn't about adding more. It's about letting go. Ask yourself these two questions. What am I ready to leave in 2025? And what no longer aligns with the person I'm becoming? Closure creates peace. And peace is the foundation for a calm, intentional year. Only after reflection comes intention. Instead of overwhelming yourself with a million different goals, focus on how you want to feel, what kind of person you're becoming, and what matters most to you this next year. Intention creates direction without pressure, and this is exactly how you plan a year that feels aligned, not forced. This is actually why I created a free 2025 review and reset workbook. I wanted to create something simple but meaningful that helps you properly close out 2025, celebrate your wins whether it is small or big, reflect on challenges and growth, release what no longer serves you, and set powerful intentions for 2026. It's a 12-page guided workbook, and it walks you through everything step by step so you don't feel lost or overwhelmed. If you're someone who wants to make 2026 an intentional year and not rushed, I'll have it linked below for you. Remember, a better year doesn't start on January 1st. It starts on how you close the year before it. Take your time, reflect, reset, and give yourself permission to start fresh. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.